A social worker has an initial session with a 25-year-old client who starts crying uncontrollably at the beginning of the session. The social worker's best response would be to say, A, yes, get all your crying out now so that we can focus on letting go of the hurt. B, is everything okay? C, do you mind sharing with me what you are feeling at the moment? D, would you like to reschedule when you are feeling better? Okay, so this question is asking, of course, what's the best response? Okay, so we want to know what's the best response. And according to my Savvy Secrets, whenever we're answering most or best questions, we always want to consider the entire situation, approach with urgency and priority because we want to do what's best for the client in that moment. Zoom in on exactly what's being asked and what's going on, and decide what's best from the answer choices that are given. While some of the response choices may be helpful, determine what makes the most sense and is the best way to help the client based on what the STEM is asking. Also remember that you are live, the client is in front of you, so what is the best thing to do for that client situation at that moment or what's going on at that time. So going back to the answer choices, A, would we want to tell the client, get all your crying out now so that we can focus on letting go of the hurt? Telling the client that to let go of the hurt, that presumes feelings that the client may not even be experiencing. Who said or where in the question or the STEM did it say that the client was hurt or something happened to the client to even assume that the client is crying because they are hurt? So I think we can pretty much eliminate that choice because it will be a lot of assuming going on, and we don't ever want to do that. B, is everything okay? Of course, that's kind of one of the natural answers that we all would probably want to ask, but as a social worker, just simply asking, is everything okay? That's too broad of a question to be a therapeutic response. As social workers, we always want to provide therapeutic responses to help facilitate the therapeutic relationship. So we're going to eliminate that one as well because that's just too broad of an answer. The client is in your face, crying uncontrollably. We're not trying to be a friend, we're trying to be a therapist. So we're going to eliminate that broad question. C, do you mind sharing with me what you are feeling at this moment? That sounds like something that we probably would really want to ask, but let's read all of the answer choices just to be sure. You always want to read all of the answer choices because you never know. Just like it says here, some response choices may be helpful, but you got to determine what makes the most sense and what's the best way to help the client. It even may seem that there are more than one helpful answer choice, but we want to pick the one that is best. That's the best way to help the client at that time. So D, would you like to reschedule when you are feeling better? I think that we would not want to ask the clients to reschedule because they are, number one, coming to us for therapy. So rescheduling reflects the social worker's discomfort with the situation and avoids the client's emotional state. It's kind of like you're not even paying attention to what's going on with the client, or that something may be bothering the client, or maybe the client just had a breakthrough and it's tears of joy. So that's something that you would want the client to share with you. So we definitely do not want to ask the client to reschedule for when she's feeling better, when again, he or she is coming to us for therapy. So that leaves us with C, asking the client, do you mind sharing with me what you are feeling at the moment? Asking the client to share feelings is the social worker's best response because it starts where the client is. And we learned in going through the helping process that we always want to start where the client is.